It was a tough day. Nobody who voted for President Trump would say otherwise. Nobody who supported him. And listen, we all got into this, Greg, as a family. Back in 2015, when my father-in-law came down the escalator in Trump Tower and announced that he was going to run for president of the United States. And we have all done it as a family. And as such, we've taken all the arrows, and we have all been targets by the media and by those on the left that disagree with Donald Trump as president and didn't like his policies, et cetera. But I was very proud, too. Look, I think even my father-in-law exceeded my own expectations, and I knew that he would be such a great president. And I think people who maybe voted for Joe Biden are already having buyer's remorse at this point, and maybe thinking back to the Trump presidency, the great economy we had, the energy independence that we had, the jobs that, were through the roof in America. We had more jobs than we even had people to fill them at a certain point during Donald Trump's presidency. And it hasn't been easy for him. They fought him every single step of the way. So I think that final speech was, it was very emotional for all of us. We were so proud of him. But in some ways, look, he deserves a break because he's taken a lot of incoming. So I think we're all happy that, he is getting a bit of a break from it. I wouldn't say they're leaving him alone, but they certainly aren't targeting him as much. They probably should turn their focus, though, to the guy that's actually in the White House, who no one really has heard from in any formal capacity since he took office. That is very interesting. But I can say that alongside 75 million Americans, it was a very proud moment, for me to stand there alongside my father-in-law and listen to the great accomplishments of his administration.
There was no doubt that your father-in-law was leading. Some folks may not have liked it, but he was leading. Doesn't look like Joe Biden is leading or doing much of anything. Lara, we hope your dad comes back in 2024. And a lot of folks are hoping that you enter the political fray in 2022 in North Carolina. Let's talk about this for a moment. You're under serious consideration, or your name has been mentioned as a senatorial candidate in North Carolina. What's the latest on that?
Well, no official announcement to make right now. Look, it's a big decision. Like I said, our family has been through a lot in the past 5 years. They haven't made any of this easy for all of us. And I certainly can see why there are so many in my family that say, we'll never enter politics ever, because it is tough. They make it very tough on you. But I think there's also another side to it that we all got to see, and I certainly saw myself firsthand, which is, the really positive impact that you can have on people's lives. And certainly my father-in-law was one of those people who impacted millions and millions of Americans in very positive ways. Now, I was born and raised in North Carolina. It is my home. I will always consider it my home. My entire family still lives there. And it's something that I couldn't think of a greater honor, quite frankly, than to represent the people of my home state. So it's something I'm taking very seriously. Again, no official announcement right now, but it would be something incredible. It would be something I'd be honored to do, and something that, I would work very, very hard to earn the vote of every North Carolinian. And gosh, I named my daughter Carolina, Greg. So, I mean, that has to count for something for the people of my home state.